These are shocking laws that are okay in Japan but illegal
Yeah, shit
around
is
the
so
world.
stupid. It is so dumb, dude. And then most people are saying that too. It's so dumb. Hell yeah, it's expensive.
So
And you gotta have an itinerary too. You have to have everything planned out where you want to go. You can't just be like, oh, can we go there for a second? It's like, no, well, that's not in the itinerary. You gotta stick to it.
I've made videos before on things that you can't do in Japan because of Japanese law, or unknown laws here in Japan that could get you arrested. But this time I wanted to switch things up
The
and
whole
show
idea
you
of
guys
taking more
some laws here in
Japan is
Japan that are
flexibility.
actually
Yeah.
legal but are illegal in the rest of the world. Many think that Japan is a very strict country, and rightfully so, but when you hear some of these Japanese laws, you may be scratching your head. And to be clear from the start, I don't recommend doing any of these things. I'm not providing legal advice, and this
I did already go to Japan before COVID in literally September of 2019, dude. Before everything fucking shut down. And dude, one of the best trips ever. Highly recommend going to Japan, honestly. When you don't need a guide. When you're able to be flexible by yourself, you can do whatever you want. 100%. Like, you didn't get stuck there. In my though, I feel like I'd be lucky if I could get
this is for entertainment only. But like always,
That'd be
before I start,
so
if you wanna
cool
see
as
what I'm
hell.
doing on the daily, check out my Instagram account. If you guys want to help support the channel, then check out
I'd
my
be like,
Japan
hell yeah,
merch.
but I
And
wouldn't
if you
have
any questions
met
about Japan or
Bianca
Japan travels,
if I
check
did.
out my Discord community. Oh, and let me know in the comments how these laws compare to your country and if you agree or disagree with any of them. Alright, let's do this. Number 1, age of consent. This one is a
Yo,
much
this one
debated
is
topic in
psycho
Japan
as
today,
hell, dude.
but the legal age of consent is 13 years old in Japan, and one of the lowest in the world. Age of consent referring to the minimum age at which a person is considered to
Don't
be
buy a shit
capable
ton
of
of shit
giving
there.
consent
Japanese
to
watches are
sexual
so
acts.
cheap
In fact, this has been
compared to
part of
here.
the Japan Penal Code since 1907, more than 100 years without change. Interestingly, most prefectures in Japan have
Don't you ever see like when they put that in anime and shit? If you ever watch anime, it's always like, oh, an old man wants to get with a 16-year-old or whatever, or 15-year-old girl, and it's just like, okay, there's nothing wrong with it on anime. Like, the reason that's acceptable on anime is because it's acceptable in Japan. Pedo farming. It's weird, dude. It's so fucking weird.
statutes and local ordinances that raise the effective age to between 16 and 18 years old, while at the same time leaving some gray area for specific cases. At the end of the day though, the national age of consent in Japan is 13 years old.
Phil,
That's why I always disliked
anime.
anime.
Before anyone knows
I mean,
got a
anime is
gift.
fun. It's pretty cool when you watch
Yeah. Let's add another zero.
like some anime is really good, but like most of it can be like really fucking weird, dude. For obvious reasons, you know. It felt like fucking pedophilia. Like, there's anime that is just like, it's straight up like they have little girls. Like, they even do things where the little girls are not even little girls. They're like 20, 30 something years old, but they look like they're 5 or something. And it's like, oh, it's okay. She can have sex. She's old enough. Those
On
are the
somewhat
real
of a
disgusting
lighter
ones.
note, it's legal in Japan to marry your first cousin. Like many of these laws in the video.
Yo, is this
maybe
Japan or
legal in some
Alabama we're talking
countries,
about?
Or if you're from the US in your state. But the truth is, in other parts of the world, marrying your first cousin is still against the law. So I thought this one was worth mentioning. This law dates all the way back to Japan's Meiji period when it was passed in 1898. It's common enough in Japan that there's a word for it, itoko-kon. In fact, there have been many famous and well-known people in Japan who have married their first cousin.
What
For
the
example,
fuck?
Japan's
This sounds kinda
56th
fucked up.
Prime Minister,
It
who's the
is.
grandfather of Japan's more recent Prime Minister, Abe, was married to his
Like,
first cousin.
Japan has a lot of cool shit, but their judicial system and like they have a lot of judicial issues and a lot of judicial system issues and a lot of social issues. That makes it like it's great to visit, but it's not great to live, sort of. So guilty by accusation, you'll have to prove. Yeah, yes. Yeah. And then if you get, even if you get like, what's the word? I don't want to say go to jail. You get like, if you're guilty by something, for something, whatever, that shit goes against you forever, dude. 99% conviction rate or something. Yes, that's true. And even if it's something not major, that shit can be used against you when you're looking for a job over there. Like, you gotta be fucking careful if you live there.
There were even 2 prime ministers after him who were also married to their first cousin. One of the reasons for this law was
Hear
to
the
allow
whole
families
Nissan
to
CEO
keep their
drama?
wealth
No,
within their
what
family.
happened?
Fortunately, for those living
Let
in
me look
Japan
it up.
today who also want to legally spend the rest of their life with their first cousin, Japan is all
Arrested.
for it. Number 3, defamation. So this is an interesting one. In Japan, you can sue someone for defamation if they damage
Just
your
let you
honor,
finish.
aka public image, even if the statements are
damn.
true. This one kind of blew
That's
my
like, isn't it like the best way to say that you're actually 100% guilty? Oh, this was like 2 years ago. What the fuck? That's crazy.
mind since I'm from the US and we understand defamation to be the oral or written
Multi-billionaire.
communication of a false statement about another that
No, I'm not saying you are guilty. And always convict anyone as guilty, leaving is just part. You know, I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm saying that is the best way for everyone to say that you're automatically guilty. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be actually have done something. It just it makes everyone kind of just suspicious. That's it. Like, yeah, I know you're not like automatically guilty. No, definitely not.
unjustly harms their
Wrong way of
reputation.
thinking, dude. Am I thinking this wrong? Hold on. I'm not saying you're guilty, like automatically. I'm just saying, like, in Japan, they will think you are guilty. He was being accused of BS, threatened by the government with life in prison for no reason. Oh wait, so of course he'll leave. I mean, no, okay, so he was already gonna he was already gonna be given that sentence. Because I don't know what's going on with the story. I haven't looked at it quite yet. But if he was gonna already be given that sentence, then yeah, it's 100% reason to get the fuck out. If you're being accused of something, and there's like no evidence whatsoever of it. Sorry, I mean, am I doing something? The fuck fest, dude had to be smuggled out. Shit, really? I thought he would be like, oh, I'm rich, let me just get my own plane and get the fuck out. There's evidence, but only because some other dude told. I gotta read. I don't know the whole story, so I have no idea. I think. Oh shit, tons of fraud. Really? Damn. Okay. Give me a second.
And usually constitutes a tort or crime. But in Japan, hurting someone's honor or even hurting a company's honor is protected by law, despite the statements being true. I should note though that many laws in Japan...
That's what he's gotta do. He was like, you dishonored me. You know, you broken my honor. You defamed me. I will sue back. I will sue.
A lot of gray area, but the main 3 criteria for defamation in Japan is 1. The statement is shared with the general
Knife
public.
maker. Oh,
2.
watch me.
It reveals
It was knife
specific
maker.
facts, whether true
Oh,
or
yeah,
not.
watch
And
me.
3. Damages one's honor, either socially,
Like,
their
okay.
value, or how they value themselves. So for example...
It'll be like some old dude who's like 90 something. Oh yes, I've only been doing watches my entire life when I was a boy. Nothing else, I promise. I
telling your
swear.
coworkers or the public that your married boss is having an affair with someone, even though if it's
Hey, watches are
completely
great value,
true,
though.
is
Bro,
considered
anything Japanese is
defamation
great
in
value.
Japan. Even online statements, if the 3 previously mentioned criteria are met, can be considered defamation. There are exceptions though, such that you're stating facts about public interest, or you're a whistleblower to expose company fraud. But at the end of the day, the Japanese
there it
law is
goes.
to protect individuals and companies from malicious actors that intend to do their honor or image harm. Here are 2 examples that actually happened in Japan. Case 1, in 2018, a person was having an affair and it was posted on social media by a third party. Although the affair was happening, the person sued the third party for defamation. The Tokyo District Court judged for the plaintiff and was awarded 100,000 yen, about $820 today. And case 2, a quasi-rape incident occurred in an
Shit.
event circle. Quasi-rape by Japanese definition is a crime of committing sexual intercourse, anal intercourse, oral sex with another who's passed out under the influence of such as alcohol and lost consciousness to resist or was not able to resist.
What the
A magazine
fuck?
published an anonymous report about the incident without giving the subject's real name. In this case, although the incident happened and the subject was anonymous in the report, the court still awarded for the subject, as it was judged that the subject could be identified by judging the totality of the circumstances, and received a total of 4.4 million yen for defamation damages, about 36,000 US dollars. Maybe not necessarily illegal around the world, but I thought this one was worth mentioning. So yeah, if you're in Japan and someone's talking that shiz, you may be able to do something about it. Before I continue on, I want to give a
For
quick
most
shout out to
people,
my
I guess.
regular sponsor, Booksu. If y'all don't already know, Booksu provide a gourmet experience of Japanese snacks
Ooh.
and tea pairings delivered to your by using my code Paolo15 and link in the description.
No.
Number 4. food. Now this one is quite a sensitive topic for many people, so I'm gonna try to tread lightly. In Japan, hunting whale and dolphins as well as eating seal and sea lion is completely legal. Although
Yo,
it's part
what
of the
the
diet
hell?
for some Japanese, it's probably safe to say that most don't eat it regularly. Yet it's still easily found in shops
Regularly?
and some restaurants. Even a quick search on Amazon will yield results for some of these animals. On the other hand, shark
You okay,
fin
girl?
also legal to eat in Japan, probably more commonly eaten, and I think it's fair to say that many Japanese consider it a delicious food as it's easily found on menus, probably most commonly found in Chinese restaurants throughout Japan. But since it's such an expensive delicacy here, Japanese probably won't be eating it regularly. In regards to whaling specifically, Joji Morishita, who negotiated Japan's withdrawal from the International Whaling Commission, said in Japan the whale eating issue is a symbol
be
of
so
respect
sad,
for
dude.
different cultures. And many people in Japan think it's not right for people from outside to impose food culture on other places. Whether you agree with any of this or not, the simple fact is, at this time, it's legal to eat these foods here in
What's
Japan.
wrong?
And number 5, cigarettes.
She wanted to
So
leave.
these days,
Damn it,
we
she
all
wanted to leave
pretty
me.
much know that cigarettes are not that good for you. Many places around the world have laws protecting citizens, including children, from cigarettes and secondhand smoke. But Japan, although
This is peak
not
Japanese
there
mechanical
yet,
porn.
is
Oh,
slowly
Lord
catching
Jesus.
up. There are still things
So I
that you
just
can
received-
do legally here in Japan when it comes to cigarettes that aren't necessarily legal in other parts of the world.
Ooh.
In Japan, you can still buy cigarettes from vending machines. Granted, you have a TASPO photo ID
Damn.
card and you're of age. Also, although most indoor smoking as of 2020 has been
Okay,
prohibited,
I'll put that
you
on
can
right
still
here.
smoke in hotel rooms, cigar bars, and even some small-sized restaurants and bars that were open before April
Damn, dude.
2020. I don't know though. I feel like there's still a lot of restaurants and bars all throughout Japan that were open before 2020. Either way, Japan has come a long way from
Forced
where it was
turbo
just a few years ago, when wherever you went indoors, you can pretty much smoke inside. Anyways, those are things that you can legally do in Japan that may be illegal in other parts of the world. If you guys like this video, like always, help me out and hit that like button if you guys want to see more videos like this.
Yeah, the last ones weren't like too crazy, but the rest is like, yeah. So it's not too much the laws that are insane in Japan. I think it's just like the way it is, dude.